What up, Greater Long Beach? Welcome back to the Press Telegram. It's Chris.
And Tyler, and this football preview video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place to host your next team event.
The 2013 was the season of the Norwalk Lancers, made that great run, 13-1, all the way to the CIF title game, but lost a heartbreaker to Lucerna.
Yeah, and they lose a lot from that team. Head coach Jesse Siniceros has a lot to do in 2014 as it's a new-look squad of Lancers trying to defend that title. And as you mentioned, Chris, a lot of guys gone, but the biggest star off that team is Rashad Penny. He's now at San Diego State. He ran for over 2,500 yards and had 53 touchdowns last year. Whoa. He was also on that defense doing everything for Norwalk.
Despite that, Jesse Siniceros still likes this team. He called them the most physical bunch he's ever had. He's still got big Dylan Fatmatau coming back at O-line and D-line. 10 offers and growing for him. First team, dream team lineman Rodrigo Sanchez.
With no regard for human life, watch out for him. Center Gabriel Silva returns. There's no moving him, and it's tough to get out of his way. Big boy. And all CIF Esteban Rosilas and new guys, Juventino Liera and Chandler Roth, will be good additions to that O-line, which is very important, blocking for guys like senior Ryan McDowell, who had nearly 800 yards in relief last season running it, and Chris Walker, a young back who they really like for the future.
And the Monsoons are going to be right on the Norwalk Lancers' tail. They have Isaiah Jackson coming back, a 3-year starter at quarterback, and the coaching staff is going to give him a lot more freedom on offense this year. But it's not all going to fall on his arm. They have a pair of great senior backs in Faison Creighton and Q Hall, rushed for nearly 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, things may fare better for this team, if you see what I did there. Signs point to 2,000-yard rushers and 3 returners on the line, Nick Petway, Troy Anderson, and Eric Keys. Defensively, the key will be to replace heart and soul linebacker Keith Walker and his 152 tackles.
Up front, they'll have Ernest Bagner, Troy Addison, and that secondary is stacked with Creighton, Hall, and the new safety, Jerron Johnson. So these Mayfair Monsoons are looking to make some noise.
Also looking to be loud, the La Mirada Matadores, who were very close to a league title last year but lost Tyler Luatua, Dallas Todd, and Kevin Dillman, among others. But they've got returners on the line, Vic Pinellas, Angelo Loharo, and big tackle Anthony Cirillo. Senior Christian Lara is going to be the quarterback transfer from Santa Fe, where he was a 2-year starter.
Yeah, he'll have weapons on the outside in Tony Brown, Seattle transplant Landon Jones, and then also a transfer from Bosco, Robert Caggiano. So this La Mirada team is going to have some weapons, and they're going to be athletic. Running back Adam Carrasco is gone, but sophomore Nick Hernandez returns for a big year, squats about 500. Defensively, they're going to be big up front with Nico Now and Cole Denning. So this La Mirada team, it will be in the running for that title.
Also in the running to have a pretty good year, the Bellflower Buccaneers. They're coming at you like a dark horse. They're young, but they are talented. And while they are inexperienced, they've got 3 returning starters on the O-line, Padilla, Esparza, and Satala. And quarterbacks Swain Williams and Andrew Gose are gone, but Cabrillo transfer Demetrius Reed is going to step in to try to lead that offense.
They also got a pair of backs they really like in Madison Wheeler and Josh Cooper, just sophomores, but look out for them to have big years behind those 3 returning starters. A lot of talent on the outside with Devon Cooley, just a freshman, Darnell Daniels, Felix Edwards, Merrill Jasper, and the lone senior out there, and Luis Gonzalez. This team has weapons, and they're ready to use them.
So they're young, but perhaps they don't know any better. Kyrie Merritt and middle linebacker, and Gabriel Jacobs, John Maheo, going to lead that defense. We take you to Artesia, head coach Joe Veach, feeling good about his Pioneers as they get some very key guys back, and you always want to return your quarterback. J-Rod, Jimmy Rodriguez, is back to lead that offense. He went 4-3 when he became the starter. He can run, he can throw it, and he should be good again for them.
Very happy about getting Christian Rodriguez back. Broke his leg in the 3rd game of the season. He's 100% now, and he's got about 20 pounds of muscle packed on. Vincent Brown also returned to the backfield, close to 600 yards and 8 touchdowns last year, so they're going to rely on him out of the backfield a lot.
Yeah, we saw last year what Brown could do for them. He was physical, he was a playmaker, and targets on the outside, big 6'3" wide receiver Jordan Logan, also junior Taylor Davis will be all over the place, giving targets to J-Rod in that passing attack. You look to the other side of the ball, Devin King, a 3-year starter at linebacker, is going to be important in manning that Pioneer defense. We cross the street, after looking both ways, of course, where we find head coach Darren Owens at Cerritos, where he thinks he's got the best team he's had so far in his 3 years with the Dons.
They do lose first-team running back Lamar Crowder, but they do have Keyshawn Washington, a big quarterback, and he likes to run in this Cerritos offense, and that's going to be very important. Corey Boyd is going to look up to pick some of those carries left over by the departure of Crowder, so look for him to have a big year. The line, always important in a rushing attack like this, so Neil Patel is going to be that big key guy on the line. No one thinks this team could surprise some teams this season.
We go over to Glen. New head coach Vince Lobendon takes over an 0-10 Eagles team, trying to turn things around. Lobendon was at Lakewood. La Mirada transfer Aaron Conrad comes in to lead the Glen option attack as the Eagles are going to fly with wings wide open.
Dominique Enriquez will be that lead back and top defensive back on this team. Look for him to be nice for them. And then you got Lobendon's high on this fullback, Luis Figozo. Big weapon there out of the backfield. And then Eric Galindo is going to lead from that defensive middle linebacker spot.
The Suburban League, very Norwalk heavy last year, could be more up for grabs this season. A lot of interesting storylines, some new coaches to follow, so it should be fun in the burbs. Maybe you'll have a team get back to the title game. Only way to find